Hey guys, it's Cash One coming at you today with a new video, a different kind of video. This video is going to be my top 10 movies that I'm thankful for, along with 3 TV shows that I'm going to talk about. So I got a list of everything, and it might end up being a little long, but I'm gonna try. It depends on how much I talk about them. These got a lot of memories for me, and a lot of roots, go back to how I got into a lot of stuff, So the first movie I'm gonna talk about is, you can see behind me in that poster back there, Alligator. It's my favorite movie of all time, and probably is my favorite movie of all time because I think it probably was the first movie I probably ever saw. And this is my Blu-ray. This is the Germany release. It's this actually only plays in my PS4, so I don't think it's like really a all region, but I got this I think off of eBay or whatever. This is part 1 and 2, but part 1 is what I bought it for. Hopefully down the line somewhere they'll release it. But the story behind this is, when I first saw this, I think I was probably maybe 2 or 3, and I don't remember much of it, but I do remember that my mom used to tell me the story all the time. We're watching it, and in the very beginning of the movie, I don't know if you guys, if you've seen Alligator, you know that in the very beginning, they flushed the baby alligator down the toilet. So they, when they flush it, my mom's like, "All gone," and when I'm, little, I associate with the all gone. I mean, when you use the bathroom, it's all gone. So I start crying, and when it come back, you see the alligator is still there. And they were initially gonna turn it off because they saw what kind of movie it was, but then they saw me so into it, and at that time I never really got into stuff all that much, so they let me watch it, and that ended up being my favorite movie of all time. And to this day, I love alligators, crocodiles. When I was younger, we go to the Lincoln Park Zoo, and I used to always have to go see the alligators. They had the alligators down in the basement. It was 2 floors. It was like the reptile house, and it was 2 floors. You go downstairs, and they had alligators and crocodiles down there, and behind the glass and stuff. That was cool, but they don't have that anymore. They took that away. But I always had to go, go see the alligators. I have stuff with alligators. I don't know if you can see my giant alligator stuffed animal back there. So that's a little inside of what my favorite things are. Alligators, like I said, one of my favorite alligators, one of my favorite animals. So that's alligator. Next is, there's actually a double. They go together, but because the story goes together, and these actually are my top 10 favorite movies of all time. One of my top 10, and it's E.T. Now E.T. goes with this one, and it's Conan the Destroyer. And you're probably like, why does it go together, Cash? They don't have nothing to do with each other. Yeah, well, when I was about, I believe, 6, my mom took me and my cousin Linda to go see these 2 movies, double feature, at the Chicago Theater. And is where I got my lifelong crush on Drew Barrymore, seeing the movie E.T. I mean, to this day, I still I mean, Drew Barrymore is my favorite actress of all time, and when I was like probably a teenager is when I really had it bad for her. But we were watching that movie, and I guess at the time the theater was kind of run down, and shortly after that they shut the theater down due to um uh infestation, I guess, of rodents and stuff. Yeah, there in the movie there was little like other things going on there in the movie in the down below us, you know, on the floor. So you kind of had your legs up, kind of, you know. So but I was so into the movie, I didn't really pay much attention to that, and I think my mom too. She probably didn't pay too much attention to it because she saw how much we were into it. So, but like I said, shortly after that, they shut that theater down, and they reinvent, fixed it all up, and now it's like a landmark. It's like really fancy now. They do a lot of different things there. I think Conan O'Brien came there and did one of his shows there for like a week. I think he was there doing his his show out of it. So that's one reason why Drew Barrymore, and then Arnold, one of my favorite actors of all time, is another reason why I became a huge Arnold fan, is because I saw him at a young age in that movie. So those two movies are very near to my heart because I saw them at a young age with my mom and my cousin Linda. But my mom took us to see that. And I do remember after we went to see that movie, we went to like Woolworths. And I remember getting some Play-Doh and stuff, and coming back with that, playing with my Play-Doh and stuff. But I remember that too. But so next, we're gonna get to the next one. That was number 3. So number 4. I think I have 11 movies in this list, to tell you the truth. Next is Rocky 4. Rocky 4, I believe, is the first movie I seen on VHS. This is my Rocky pack. I saw this. Shit. Part 5 went down. Whew. It fell on the label, not on the disc. Cool, guys. Let me get this. It's all good. No damage in the Rocky Town, right, guys? Man, I can't believe that happened. Oh, I can't even get the dang thing open. Alright. So back to 4. So I saw the first movie I saw on VHS was Rocky 4. I saw this at a friend's house, my neighbor. They had a VHS player, and they asked me 2 movies. They asked me, like, you want to watch Rocky 4 or Cobra? Cobra, I got the poster up there. I picked Rocky 4. Became a huge Rocky fan after that. I love that movie. That same night, after we watched that, they played Rocky 3 on the TV. And I think that's another thing that got me really into Sylvester Stallone after that, was the Rocky at a young age. And, I really, really, really huge fan of both of those guys, like I was saying before, Stallone and Arnold. Both of my favorite actors of all time. I think because at a young age, seeing these guys. So, Rocky 4. And next, right along with it, and I just said his name, and I just even showed a movie from him, is Commando. And that was another movie I saw down there with my friends, was Commando. At a young age, seeing this. One of my favorite, probably my favorite Arnold movie is this, next to that one I just showed you. So, next we're going to get down to Howard the Duck. Yeah, this one might get a little emotional for me. Now, this was my uncle's favorite movie, and he recently passed away on not this Sunday that passed, but the last Sunday. He wasn't living out here anymore. He had moved to Oregon, so we didn't see him much, but we did talk to him on a regular basis. But there's one reason too that I hadn't did the video yet, because I was gonna do it and then that happened. So I kind of was like, you know, mourning for a while. So this movie, he didn't take me to see it or anything, but he's the reason that we got a V8. Well, he's the first thing, you know. We first got the VHS machine in our house. He let us borrow it. He went to Oregon and he let us borrow his machine for like 2-3 months. He went out there and he recorded a lot of movies off the TV and stuff. Most of them were like older stuff and nothing really that we were really like into that much, except he had this. And me and my brother used to watch this like every single night, and we seen this movie literally like over 100 times, and we just like, we love this movie. And when they released this on Blu-ray, I went so crazy. I was like, oh, I can't believe they're finally gonna release this. So that's Howard the Duck. Like I said, I've seen this movie so many times. It's near to my heart. Like I said, it was my uncle's favorite movie. So that's Howard the Duck. Next is the first movie we ever got on VHS. My dad bought it, and we still had my uncle's VCR at the time. And the movie I'm going to show you actually is the first movie that we got on VHS. It's the first VHS. And this was in my brother's collection because he still has the Disneys and stuff. But this is my dad's favorite, was my dad's favorite movie of all time. And that's Bambi. This is the VHS. This is the original first VHS that we ever owned. We still own it. Still in the collection. That's Bambi. And it is my favorite Disney movie also. It brings back a lot of memories, and it's hard to watch sometimes because it was my dad's favorite movie. He's no longer with us. He passed away in '94 when I was 16, so that was kind of hard. Next is Back to the Future 2. And that's that one my dad took me to see in the theater. And I remember when he took me to see it, I actually, when part 2, when it ended in the theater and it says to be continued, and I'm like, Dad, it said to be continued. And they show part 3, they show it. I'm like, it's coming on. He's like, nah, it's not coming on. I'm like, come on. So I like beg him, can we please stay and watch it? And he's like, no, it's not coming on. I'm like, please, Dad, please. Okay. So we sit there, we watch it, it starts up, and he looks at me like, I told you what, and he's like, so we stayed, we watched it. I think, he fell asleep and stuff when we watched it, but, I remember it's one that's really near to my heart. And another thing, back to that Commando, is when this came out on VHS, we wanted to buy this so bad, and it was at the time when movies were, they were $100 on VHS. So we thought they were gonna push this one through for sale, but they didn't. And he gave me money to get it, but because they didn't push it through, I ended up getting Commando, which I showed you a few minutes ago. So that's another reason why. That's another one. Commando's another one that's I'm thankful for. It's one of the things that are connected, kind of this. And the next one, another one to do with my dad. These last ones are all to do with him. Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I wish they would give better releases for these, but this is from the pack. Now this one, we were I believe in Woolworths. It's a department store. It's kind of like Walgreens, I guess, but it was a little different. And we were in the store, and they were playing Nightmare on Elm Street 4 on the TV there, and it was at that part, with the cockroach scene, and I'm standing there watching it, and he's like, man, this is really gory. What is this? I'm like in awe, because this movie, I've been trying, at that time I was trying to rent that movie for 2 to 3 months. I was trying to get this movie at the video store, and it was always out. The only Nightmare on Elm Street I was able to get at that time to even rent was part 2, and I seen that movie like it's probably the one of the Nightmare on Elm Street I've seen the most. And I know it's like the one that everybody doesn't like that much, but I like it a lot because I seen it so many times. It was the only one at the time I could get. And then so we're watching this, and you know, in the woods, and I'm like, in all, like I said, and I guess like maybe a month later, maybe 2, I don't know. I get at my school I get it's called a Citizen of the Month kind of award, and what it is, you get like in each class they pick a Citizen of the Month, and then you get to go. They go down by the cafeteria. They have a classroom down there that they do a little like party, and you get to go home early. The party is you get like they have pizza and chips and cookies and juice and all kinds of cool stuff, and you get to go home early, which is really cool. And my dad, he came, and he took me. After we left there, we went to Walgreens that was there, and we went in there, and they had some videos and stuff. And I think it might have been around Halloween time, I'm not sure. But they had this, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 for $10. And I picked it up, I'm like, wow, you know. And I'm like, I wanted it, you know. And he's like, man, I don't know if your mom is like gonna like this, but he got it for me. And when I got home with it, I was like so happy, and my mom's like, oh, like, I'm like, this the movie I've been trying to rent for like 3 months, Mom, yeah. And she, you know, she didn't say much about it, but, cause she knew how much I really wanted that movie and wanted to see it, cause at that time, I didn't see it all the way through, cause I couldn't get it. It was always out. So I only saw like that one like brief scene. And when I saw it, I'm like, I watched it. And it's it's on my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time because of that. It's one of the movies that get me in horror besides Alligator. And it's why Freddy is my favorite horror icon. Next, the last movie is In the Line of Fire. And this movie is on this thankful list. It's hard to watch for me. It's the last movie I saw with my dad in the movie theater. We saw this at the Esquire Theater. He took me to see this, and when this movie finally came out on VHS, I got it recorded. Like, I had a copy of it from my friend, got me a copy of it. And I said, hey Dad, I got this movie, you know, we saw in the theater, you wanna watch it? And he's like, yeah. You know, I wasn't feeling well at the time, so he's like, I'll get to it. So on Valentine's Day, he put it up. You know, he was gonna watch it. He never got to. He went in the hospital like shortly after, and in 2 weeks he was in the hospital for about 2 weeks, and you know, he passed away. And so he never got to watch it again after that. But like I said, it's very hard for me to watch it now because of that. But I always hold it near and dear to my heart. And Clint Eastwood was one of my dad's favorite actors, him and John Wayne. So this I hold dear. Next, we get to the TV shows. So that's the first one, Dukes of Hazzard. I can't say too much about. If you know a little bit about me, I don't know. You know, I love the 80s and stuff. Now this started in the late 70s and went into the 80s. This is I believe season 4. I got all of them. I'm not gonna show you every single set, but this is the one of the sets that I think they probably really went all out on. You can see all those discs in there. I had the T-shirts. I had the General Lee. I even have a General Lee back there that's a remote control, like a real big one. I had a lot of Dukes of Hazzard stuff. Plates, cups, all kind. Love Dukes of Hazzard. Me and my cousin, I mean, he's a huge fan of this too, so Dukes of Hazzard, another near and dear to my heart. Thankful to have this. Next is, and if you can see back there, let me see, right there, that poster that's up there. I don't know, right, bam, right there, that poster. That's what this is. That's the Incredible Hulk. Yeah. Huge Incredible Hulk fan because of this show. When I was little, I used to go crazy. This and Dukes of Hazzard, both of those shows, I would go crazy. I would get up on top of the couch and just go crazy. Go, yeah, scream. With Dukes of Hazzard, I would be on there and going, you know, screaming, yeah, and jumping off of there and stuff. And then when Incredible Hulk came out, I was tearing ripping, you know, pulling my shirt off and going, ah, yeah, and going nuts on that stuff. And, you know, huge. And, I did meet Lou Ferrigno about 3, maybe 4 times now at Comic-Con. Cool dude, you know, buff, cool, Lou Ferrigno. I can show you a little bit of these inside here, just the discs, but, yeah, Incredible Hulk, near and dear to my heart. The show, the comics, but more the TV show is why I love the Incredible Hulk as much as I do. And the last one is just something I threw in there because if I'm gonna have those other ones, I'm gonna have my favorite cartoon in here, and that is He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Love me some He-Man. I had all the toys, the Castle Grayskull, the Snake Mountain, all of that. There was a few things I didn't have. Like, I think there was one castle I didn't have. I forget the name of it, but there was another castle I didn't have. But I had the Hordak small thing that they had. And then you remember that slime, the slime thing where you drop the slime on the guys and stuff. I had that, and I had all the figures and stuff. But I mean, love me some He-Man. So that was my list, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My top 10, well, like I said, I think it was 11, and favorite movies that I'm thankful for, and my top 3 TV shows. I mean, I have so many more that I love, but these are the ones that I felt that showed give a little insight of my kind of stuff that I like and what I grew up with and what my roots is and what I go back to and what gets me in the heart, you know. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. And you know, as always, Blu-ray-ness is awesomeness. But if you guys can leave a comment down below, give me a like. Hit that sub button if you're new and you like what you see. And oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Blu-ray, to what is it, Blue Limit Soldiers and Blu-ray Outlaw. They're the ones that started this. So I just wanted to do it to get this out for Thanksgiving for you guys, and to all my subscribers. I'm so happy to have you guys watching and subbing, and everybody who's new to the channel. Thank you guys so much for checking my channel out. And once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You know, gobble gobble. Don't eat too much. Well, if you do, you know, unbuckle that you know, that belt or whatever. But and let me know what your favorite like side dish and your favorite pie and your favorite fixings and all that stuff. You know, leave a comment down below and all that stuff. So, alright guys, well, as always, like I said, Blu-ray-ness is awesomeness, and